the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. In this game, we'll see the Utah Jazz against the San Antonio Spurs. Checking out the Spurs, they dropped the first matchup against this squad. They'll try to even the series in tonight's game. It has been an interesting ride thus far. Kenny, some teams really improving after a sluggish start.
Yeah, well, credit the people running those franchises. Always look to improve. That's what you have to do if you're a franchise head. You can't just sit back and say, hey, we're going to accept this mediocrity.
No matter what your record is.
No question.
No, season is a marathon, not a sprint.
Let me write that one down.
Just keep trusting yourself.
The season is a marathon.
Not a sprint.
Not a sprint.
And then make sure you put Shaq-Stradamus.
Did you actually make that up?
Something that was already said many moons
came
ago.
Off the top of the head.
Never heard
You're
that
acting
before.
like it's your original thought.
It is my original.
I've never heard that before.
It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. Yeah, get it.
Who said that before? I've never heard that.
Oh.
I got one for you, Ernie.
What's that?
E equals MC tripled.
Oh.
I've never heard that either.
No, nobody has ever said that either.
Think about it, though.
I've thought about it all I want.
I did the math. It doesn't work.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. So for the Spurs, their last game, a loss to the Lakers.
And that's what happens when you become too perimeter-oriented. If you're not hot, you don't score.
I think if the coaching staff goes back and looks at the film and you assess the quality of looks, they're not going to be happy about it. At times, they just failed to take advantage of the openings for the best shooters.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, hello there. Spurs coach Greg Popovich made the top 5 in all-time coaching wins last season. When asked about it, Pop said, "It's the most important thing in my life. My grandchildren can take a hike." I don't think he was being serious, guys.
Great stuff, DA. Thanks. And we see it so often, Brent. A good team gets up for a big game, and they win. And then they fall down with their performance and lose to an inferior club the very next game.
Interesting point, because last year we saw this so much with the eventual champion Golden State Warriors, where they just seemed to be disillusioned with some of the competition on a given night, playing down to their competition. So if I was a coach in this league, I would use them as an example, that even the best team in the business struggles with this, and you have to find a way out of it. We're not the Warriors. We want to be the Warriors, so we got to break out of this funk a lot quicker, and this cannot be part of our identity as we move forward.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So on the floor for Utah, Ingles outside with Favors at power forward. Exum and Mitchell, the guard tandem. And it's Gobert in at the 5. Now here's Favors. Pass to Gobert. Exum kicks to Mitchell. 6 on the shot clock. Walker with some nice D. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for San Antonio. Down low, it's tipped. Here's Gasol. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Gasol's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for San Antonio. Mitchell outside. Out to Favors from deep Ingles. Bledsoe with the rebound. Here's Bertans. He's covered by Favors. Mitchell against Walker. Now the pass to Exum. So first quarter just over a minute and a half in. From 13, offensive rebound. And slam dunk by Gobert.
This guy is a beast on the board.
And when he gets those second chance points, GA, he does not waste one of them.
Well, you love the NBA, but some of these guys have the DNA. He also outworks everybody. Filthy combination.
Now here's Bledsoe. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers. Kicks to Middleton over Ingles. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Pass to Exum. Inside. Here's Gobert. And Gasol sends it back.
Got to respect the reach and length of Pau Gasol. Outstanding job of skying up for that rejection.
Now here's Bledsoe. Not a lot of room. Passes it to Middleton. Mitchell against Walker. That shot, no good. Gobert with the defensive effort.
Yeah, offense sputtering just a bit here. 1 for 4 in the game.
Mitchell passes to Gobert. Back to Mitchell. The Jazz working the ball around now. And the foul on Eric Bledsoe. That's his first foul. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Ingles dishes to Favors. Now here's Exum. Guarded by Bledsoe. A nice shot by Exum. Bledsoe with it. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Bertans kicks to Bledsoe. To the paint. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, Powell staying with his shot there. Even with the contact, he sinks that shot thanks to that wiry strength. Can we call him powerful?
Pau Gasol, not the same player Brent he once was, but he still knows how to get the job done.
Yeah, 2001 is when it is that Pau Gasol came into the NBA as a very slightly built Spaniard for the Memphis Grizzlies, but the skill was on display from the very start. He's had a Hall of Fame career, a two-time champion, and one of the best and most skilled players to play that position in the last 20 years.
Free throw good, Gasol.
I'll throw out the two-time champion stuff for you here, Kevin, but an outstanding big man, Pau Gasol, even in the later stages of his career.
Exum kicks to Gobert. Back to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Rejected by Walker. And here's Bledsoe. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Middleton outside. Pass to Bertans. Bledsoe outside. And a wide open look for Walker. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist.
Coaching staff has to like that ball movement, and it began with Bledsoe.
Jazz trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Mitchell against Walker. Exum finds Favors. 5 on the clock. Here's Ingles. And it's Gasol with the rebound. Last outing for Utah, it was a loss to Houston. To the inside. And stolen by Favors. Now, here's Mitchell. He's tightly guarded. And Greg, right out of the gate, Donovan Mitchell seemed like a veteran more than a rookie.
I mean, his professionalism was one of the first things Ricky Rubio noticed about Mitchell. Father played minor league baseball, knows what it takes to succeed in professional sports. And you can just see it in his approach to practice and his commitment to improving his game. Mitchell was already the surprise of that 2017 draft, and I don't think there's any question he's destined to be a star.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And Pau Gasol really on the tail end of what has been a Hall of Fame career. He's a two-time champion, international star, nothing left to prove, but still manages to put up points with his sharp approach to the game.
It's stolen by Gobert.
And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor. And at full speed, he still has the wherewithal to get himself in good position.
Yeah, the snap decisions right there, reading the situation on the move and then making the right choice.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. There's the pass to Middleton. Clock at 6. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. He tries for 3, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And a moment here to check out the numbers for Bledsoe. He's putting up about 17 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
His instincts naturally are to score the basketball. That ability to find the creases in the defense is something you just don't teach, and it's awesome.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Pirtle, he is checked in for Bertans. And a switcher also for Utah. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Joe Ingles. Here's Mitchell. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Mitchell's got 5 now.
When the guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage.
And Middleton kicks to Gasol. Dishes to Pirtle. 6 to shoot. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Brent, last season the league cut back on timeouts. Are you hearing any other ideas of how to reduce the duration of some of these games?
There's also the idea last year where they put it into place where right after the second quarter ended, they put you on a 15-minute clock in between halftime.
It started immediately.
And I thought that was ideal. So if you're at a game and you get to see the dog jumping through the hula hoop.
Which you love.
I love it.
I know.
It's only going to last the 7 or 8 minutes before the teams come back out. And I thought last year that helped the game speed along. And I think they sped up last year, if I'm not wrong, Kevin, by about 3 minutes time.
I'm glad when you go out there and balance the dishes on your head. That's always been so fun to watch.
There's only one red panda, Kevin.
I know. The Spurs making a switch here. Bellinelli's checked in, and a switcher also for Utah. Crowder's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. Well, with Kawhi Leonard gone, a new era for the Spurs. Even with the addition of DeMar DeRozan, San Antonio looks to be entering their most significant rebuild in decades.
Yeah, but at least they were able to get a star in DeRozan. Now, I would call it more of a reload than a rebuild for the Spurs. Still a lot of talent to work with on that roster.
As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the leading defenses. The Jazz, number 1.
And this team has been completely dominant. Fewest points per game allowed in the league. These guys are talented. They trust each other. They work together. And you just won't find better coaching on the defensive end of the floor.
And the first one drops. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for the Spurs. Mills comes in for Eric Bledsoe. Both good from the line that time. Now here's Bellinelli. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. kicks it to Mills. Shot clock at 6. Back to Bellinelli. Gasol trying to free himself up. Bellinelli gets the bucket. Bellinelli's got his first bucket of the night.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
They get the rebound. Kicks it out to Mitchell. Pass to Exum. Here's the floater, and he sinks the layup. And the Jazz lead by 1. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Last time they met was in Salt Lake City, Utah, where they fell to the Jazz.
Yeah, they were just wrecked last time they faced this team, and a lot of it was their own undoing.
Yeah, those turnovers were inexcusable. So many of their possessions ended with them giving the ball away. It's one thing to make passes, but you need to pass to your own team, not the other one.
And Utah making a change here. Burks is checked in and stolen by Cephalosha. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Cephalosha can be rugged. He is outstanding at getting the contact while shooting.
First trip to the line for him here.
He's been doing really nice work at the line. 83%.
Free throw good, Cephalosha.
Well, Cephalosha has really carved out a nice role for himself in the NBA. A very important role player, definitely known for his lockdown defense.
And so he makes both from the line. Spurs trail by 3. Here's Mills. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Back to Bellinelli. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Crowder. And it's off the back rim. No good.
I'd just like to see the defensive effort get better for their ball club. They can't expect guys to miss the mid-range Jays every time.
Burks looking around. Gobert the pass to Exum. And finished off by Exum.
And very little fight put up by the defense as he made his way to the bucket for the Jam.
They did seem to take the cautious approach, Greg, when it came to defending that one. You're right.
When you're playing from behind, you cannot let your opponent have things that are that easy. And that was easy.
In the corner, it's Bellinelli. The rebound by the Jazz. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night. Crowder goes in. And Gasol sends it back. And he recovers it. And Gobert kicks to Exum. Nice ball movement by Utah. Here's Burks. Here's Gobert. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Gobert's got his 2nd bucket.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Gasol with it. Now defended by Gobert. Here's Mills. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 15-4 run. Burks dishes to Exum. Burks on the wing. Bellinelli is covering. Back to Gobert. Trying to get open is Crowder. And Gobert with the basket on the assist by Exum.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Spurs trail by 9. 1:41 left in the first quarter. San Antonio calls timeout. Let's talk about team defense, Brent. To develop trust, it seems like guys have got to communicate on the floor.
I talk to my friends often who ask me about playing an NBA game and playing defense. They first start with saying that I didn't play any, but the second thing we get to, Kevin, is talking about really how intricate good defenses can be. You talk about communication, that's one thing, but throughout the course of the season, you build so much sweat equity on defense and trust by knowing that somebody's going to be behind you, hearing that voice consistently, but positions on the floor where you almost develop play sets as a defensive team. Now, when you reach that level, that's the upper echelon, but that's when it really gets fun to be down on that end, to shut a team down, to keep a crowd quiet. Defense always begins with great communication.
So many things, rotations and playing angles. And having the guy in back, you know what you can do well, what you can't do well if you're ahead of him.
Well, that, Kevin, and also great teams who are adaptable to make changes on the fly. All of a sudden, a dead ball, coach calls out a different coverage. You want to mess up the team's rhythm on the other end. And 5 guys, they snap to it and can carry out that defensive assignment in one play call. That's great defense.
Burks can't get it to go.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
30 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Mills passes to Pirtle. Back to Mills. It's stolen by Udoh. Exum deciding where to go with it. Burks on the wing. Takes the 3. And so it's the Utah Jazz heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. The NBA game drawing fans from every culture, and Pau Gasol definitely feeling the love from the Spanish and Latino community.
I always notice the fans that support us and make us feel, pretty much since I got to the NBA, all the Latino fans showed a lot of love and support towards me, so I appreciate it.
The game going global, and no better ambassador than Pau Gasol.
And as the players grow more international, fans from every country and continent, for that matter, finding more and more reason to root for the NBA.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
I mean, they're winning the turnover battle, and oftentimes that can swing things your way.
Well, they're taking care of the ball. They're attacking on defense, and this has them out to a big lead after 1.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. Exum and Burks, their backcourt. Jay Crowder out there with Udoh, and it's O'Neal in at the 3 slot. Now, here's Bellinelli. Shot clock at 6. And Forbes kicks to Mills. A 3-pointer, no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And O'Neal gets it to go.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Now here's Mills. Tight defense on him. Passes to Pirtle. And there's the foul. It'll go on Udoh. That is his first foul of the game. And the Spurs with some changes. Chris Middleton comes in for Marco Bellinelli. And Eric Bledsoe subbed in for Patty Mills. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Utah. And Forbes kicks to Bledsoe. Pass to Middleton from past the arc. And out of bounds as the Jazz gain possession. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for the Jazz.
And it's been the bigs doing most of the work. on the glass, and really no surprise there. That's what you pay those guys for, to control that paint and haul in those misses.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Ingles finds Crowder. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And now it's an 11-point Utah lead.
Well, last season, a tough one for Crowder. Was moved from Boston to Cleveland and then moved again over to Utah at the deadline. Also struggled mightily with his shot and just had a down year.
The pass to Burks. Kicks it to Ingles. Nice ball movement by Utah. Pass to O'Neal. Now here's Udo. 6 on the shot clock. O'Neal misses. And with Crowder, his struggles were part of why Cleveland gave up on him so easily.
And you wonder who the real Jay Crowder is, the one we saw in Cleveland or the one we saw in Boston. My guess is somewhere in the middle. I think his defense should pick back up, and we know that he can be a better scorer than he has shown the last calendar year.
Jazz leading by 9. Ingles passes to Udo. Burks dishes to O'Neal. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel. Okay, with this break, let's run down the point guards with the most assists in the league in the past 10 games. Second, Eric Bledsoe.
And for the purist out there, he has been fun to watch with the ball in his hands. I mean, he can make any pass on the court and create so many easy baskets for his teammates.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, guys, the Jazz had to weather the loss of Gordon Hayward, so they need to play together to have success. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We expect guys to put the team in front of themselves and support each other. Our strength isn't in one guy. We need each other." Kevin?
Well, David, one thing for sure, they come to play almost every game. Thank you. Walker's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And Utah also making a switch. Derek Favors checked in for Crowder.
He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Middleton against O'Neal. Here's Favors. Buries it down low. Favors has got the lead up to 11 now for Utah.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
Well, on the defensive end, this is a joke. The lack of awareness is exactly why this team is so far behind.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. And for so long, it seems Derek Favors had played in a crowded front court, but still can get the job done.
And Favors has shown his versatility and impact in spot minutes his whole career. Every team can use a player like Favors. He just eats up space inside and can play that tough D. Offensively, I think he'd like to get back to where he was around 2015, and hopefully he'll find the chances to do so.
Now here's Bledsoe. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Bertle's shot is off.
The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
Mitchell passes to Ingles. No one near him. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pirtle's got 4 rebounds now tonight. With the teardrop. And with that, the Utah lead is cut to just 9 on the basket from Bledsoe.
How about the soft touch of Bledsoe that time? Awesome job of arcing the ball, the floater high up into the air to get 2.
Now here's Udo. Back to Mitchell. Sinks the triple. Mitchell's got 10 points.
And he can smell blood in the water. Excellent finish.
Yeah, when your opponent's down and frustrated, this is when you could turn it up.
Here's Bledsoe. And here's Walker outside. They get it again. Pirtle. And the rejection by Udo. Now Ingles. He kicks it to Udo. Mitchell with it. Eric Bledsoe covering. Ingles in the corner. Takes the 3. And Utah another 3.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Middleton outside. Now here is Pirtle. He's guarded by Udo. Pirtle, the pass to Bertens. And there's the foul. It'll go on Udo. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, there are good fouls, and then there's those fouls. That's not a good one. Limits himself on defense, and he can't nearly be as physical for the rest of the period.
Pau Gasol has checked in for the Spurs. And Utah with a change here, too. Gobert's checked in. Now, here's Gasol. 14 points from him the last game against the Lakers.
Ball movement was critical in this game. It did not stick with any one player, so his passing was on point, and he really picked apart the defense.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And here's Middleton bringing it up now for San Antonio. Down by 15. Pass to Bledsoe. Pirtle kicks to Middleton. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for Royce O'Neal.
Thabo Sefolosha.
Utah's on defense. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter. No good from Bledsoe. And it's Utah's ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Sefolosha kicks to Gobert. Mitchell dishes to Favors. Back to Mitchell. Clock at 6. Pass to Ingles. Second shot opportunity. That one a little long. Spurs trail by 15. Bledsoe outside. Middleton outside. Now here is Pirtle. Tight defense on him. And there's the pass to Gasol. Over Gobert. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, he wanted to keep that shot from getting blocked, but in the process, he gave it no chance of going in because of how unbalanced he was on the fade.
Now, here's Ingles. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 15 points. Here's Mitchell. It's blocked.
And you got to give appreciation to how Pirtle punishes shooters. A dynamite shot blocker with impeccable timing.
Middleton can't get it to go. Utah leading by 15. Down low. Deflects the pass. Mitchell against Walker. Middleton outside. Walker with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. Great open look there. Bledsoe's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Eric Bledsoe continues to work on that range to get more consistent. That time knocks down the 3.
Ingles finds Gobert. Mitchell against Walker. It's deflected. And here's Middleton. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. He dishes it to Bledsoe. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players but former players on his team. The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in. Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down now to just 10 points with that basket from Pau Gasol. Now here's Exum. Last game he had 10 points. Up and in for the basket, number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
Here's Mills. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Gasol against Gobert. Gasol kicks to Mills. From deep, Walker. Rebound, Utah. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
Now Cephalosha. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And it's Quincy Pondexter with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Bellinelli, he's checked in for San Antonio. And Utah also making a switch. Crowder's checked in. Here's Mitchell. 10 points for him. Crowder kicks to Cephalosha. 6 to shoot. Pass to Mitchell. Now Exum. Bellinelli is covering. From deep. Exum's shot is off.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Gasol. He can't get that one to fall. Gobert with the defensive effort. Here's Mitchell. Yep, it counts. Mitchell's got 5 points now this quarter.
Out quickly, then the beautiful execution. You can't do it any better.
Well, there's running the floor, and then there's running the floor with purpose, and I love the energy on this play.
Stolen by Mitchell.
Ooh!
Okay.
That's how you attack. Wow. Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Now, here's Mills. He's still scoreless so far in this one. There's 49 seconds left now here in the second. No problems knocking that one down.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Exum passes to Gobert. Cephalosha kicks to Mitchell. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Mitchell's got 16 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Gasol finds Bellinelli. Puts it up from 17. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. He's got 9.
That's what you're going to get with Pau Gasol, a tremendous passer who's got his eyes up at all times.
Mitchell outside. With 2 seconds left, he takes it up and lays it in. And the Jazz lead by 15.
Well, that's some good O there. Always like to see them getting those interior looks.
Donovan Mitchell firing on all cylinders for Utah. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. With Coach Quinn Snyder, Quinn, what has to happen in the second half?
Well, we got to keep getting stops and really just make plays. Make plays on the offensive end and be solid defensively. No magic.
It's a pretty simple game, right, Coach? Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. So far, a pretty lopsided game, but still one half to play. I'm Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Utah finds themselves ahead after 2 quarters. They lead by 15. Kenny, what did you see from them?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm. As smart and as safe as they're playing, they made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
Shaq, what did you see from San Antonio?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure Play more physical in the second half. Start a fight. Throw some bowls. Let's go.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
A spectacular aerial shot of downtown San Antonio, Texas, the Tower Life Building, front and center. We welcome you back. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. It's been one outstanding game from Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, and through 2 quarters, he's been lights out, and you know he's going to look to add to those totals.
And defensively, hard to force him out of the rhythm at this point because he has a number of ways with which he can beat you.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. They've got Chris Middleton. Bledsoe is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Walker in at the 2 spot. That's the San Antonio 5. Gasol with the steal. Here's Pertinis. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Passes it to Exum. That's tipped, and it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Bledsoe. Six to shoot. Here's Mitchell. Off target from outside. Spurs trail by 15. Pass to Middleton. Over Ingles. Ingles with the rebound.
I like the defensive effort. They did a good job altering the mid-range shot and then making the shooter feel a bit uneasy.
Got it. Nice one there from Exum. And San Antonio shooting only 31%. Their offense really struggling to put possessions together. Gasol looking around. Kicks it down to Middleton. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Middleton's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And Chris Middleton, 2 seasons ago, tore his hamstring completely off the bone. I mean, he's come back and hasn't missed a beat. One of the most well-rounded players you'll see.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession. And a moment to check out now what Utah has coming up. On Monday, they'll go up against Russell Westbrook and the Oklahoma City Thunder. Then on Wednesday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Miami Heat.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Now, here's Walker. 5 to shoot. Back to Gasol. There's the 3. Ingles with the rebound. And Chris Middleton with maybe, Greg, his best season yet in 2017-18.
It just seems like he gets better every year. A former second-round pick, now all-star caliber. He's worked extremely hard, stayed in the lab, and now we're seeing the results.
Yeah, they got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far, and they know they got to be better.
And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Bledsoe. 5 points in the game. Middleton the pass to Bertans. The Spurs working the ball around now. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And let's take this chance now to break out the list of the league's leading teams in the steals department. The 4th spot held by the Jazz.
You can't get careless with the basketball against this group. I mean, they'll pick your pocket, and no surprise to see them in the upper echelon as far as steals.
So Greg Popovich going to take a timeout right here and talk to his team.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchup.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Clock at 6. Bledsoe for 3. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, if they had an edge at halftime, they might have lost it, beginning this half 1 of 5.
Exum kicks to Gobert. And the pass to Exum. Favors trying to break free. Exum's shot is off. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for San Antonio. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
And seems to be forcing just a little bit out there. He needs to play a little calmer, a little smarter, with a little bit more poise if they're going to win this one.
Spurs trail by 14. In the corner, Middleton with it. Back to Bertans. Walker against Mitchell. Bledsoe for 3. Bledsoe can't get that one to drop.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
To the inside. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. Walker against Mitchell. Walker in the post. Over Mitchell. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Got to talk on defense. That left him all alone.
Jazz leading by 12. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
And he's probably looking at some matchups on the floor he'd like to take advantage of.
I'm interested in what he's seeing and then what kind of play they run coming out of this timeout.
San Antonio making a switch here. Forbes checked in. Utah also making some changes. Udo's checked in for Gobert. O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. And Alec Burks subbed in for Donovan Mitchell. Now, here's Burks. No points in the game yet for him. Bledsoe with it. Middleton finds Gasol. Pass to Bertans. Three-pointer. That shot is off. And it's Utah the other way.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Back to Udo. Passes it to Exum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Well, the defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light them up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Now here's Middleton. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now he averages nearly 12 points a game. Bledsoe passes to Gasol. Over Udo. Gasol no good. Utah leading by 17. And O'Neal gets it to go. O'Neal's got his second basket of the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Outside Gasol. Pass to Bertans. Shot to stop the run. Uses both hands to slam it down.
How good a passer is Pau Gasol, an unselfish big who can just spot up anybody over the top of any defender.
Exum kicks to Udo, and the pass to Burks. Now Favors. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Bertans, the pass to Bledsoe. Outside Gasol. Lets it go from deep. Hits it from three-point range. Gasol's got 10.
And good timing from Pau. Readied himself for the ball and shot on catch.
Exum kicks to Favors. And then Favors with the dunk.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here's Gasol. He's got 10. Pass to Bertans. And there's the foul. It'll go on Udo. That's his third foul of the game. Well, Brent, we're seeing the Hack-a-Shack targets improve their free throw shooting. Rules changes might curb the strategy, though, going forward.
Well, it's been nice to see that NBA players have worked on a weakness of theirs, free throw shooting in particular, to be better and be somebody who can stay on the floor to impact your team's winning. We saw that last year, Andre Drummond being a prime example. The other thing, Kevin, that we've seen too is coaches having to implement strategies, not just to do the hacking, but in terms of their substitutions and who's on the floor. So interesting thought processes from both ends, but mostly go shoot some free throws, guys.
Yeah, practice.
Practice.
And the Spurs with possession here after the miss from Jay Crowder. Bledsoe looking it over. O'Neal against Bellinelli. The three-pointer off the mark.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Exum kicks to Udo. Back to Exum. Nice ball movement by Utah. The dish now to O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And he just elevates and powers in the one-hander.
Textbook. Now here's Bledsoe. Defense is right there. Bertle, the pass to Bellinelli. And Forbes kicks to Bertans. Here's Bledsoe. And the shot falls short this time.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right.
Eric Bledsoe. That's his second personal foul.
For Utah, they have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6.
Taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Exum. And some changes here for the Spurs. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Bryn Forbes. And it's Mills in for Eric Bledsoe. Thabo Sefolosha is checked in for Utah. Exum hits them both. And here is Bellinelli. 9 points in the game so far. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Passes it to Mills. 4 on the clock. Shoots over Exum. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And here's Sefolosha. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. Now, here's Exum. 14 points for him. Right through the D for the layup. Exum's got 8 here in the quarter.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wynn.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
Now, here's Mills. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. That's a 2 from Bellinelli. They can't stop the run with that one. Jazz leading by 22. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, as we know, Rudy Gobert is a 7-footer with an aggressive mentality. He said some guys don't have pride, but I do. Sometimes too much. Quinn Snyder said he gets angry, which I like. Whatever kind of stereotypes Americans have about the French, they don't apply. Not to him anyway, guys.
Sacre bleu! Thank you, DA. He is indeed a fiery competitor. Each trip down becoming more important.
And you need to string some successful offensive possessions together and play tough D.
And Dante Exum picks up the foul. That's his third foul of the game. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Utah. Pirtle kicks to Pondexter. And Berton's now top of the key. 5 on the clock. Mills finds Pondexter. But they'll get another chance. Pass to Bertans. Cephalosha with the steal. Mitchell in the corner. Lets the three fly. And the Jazz another three.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
To the middle. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Udo picks one up.
And Pirtle is a massive guy, someone that uses his height exceptionally well to get high-quality looks at the bucket.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Two.
No good on the free throw. Walker's checked in for Bertans. Utah also making some changes. Gobert comes in for Udo. And it's Joe Ingles in for Burks. Good on the second free throw. Here's Ingles. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Kicks it to Gobert. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, the crowd got in here tonight and sat down, and that's where they stayed all night long, extremely poised, which has led to a monster lead.
Here's Pondexter, and he banks in the layup.
And when Pirtle sees one of his guys wide open, he whips it his way. He's all for doing what's best for the team.
Now, here's Ingles. He kicks it to Cephalosha. Nice ball movement by Utah. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
You're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Walker. Here's Pirtle. And he lays it straight in. Pirtle's got 7.
And Pirtle is always a threat to come away with offensive rebounds thanks to his amazing timing, especially when the D fails to box him out.
And so it's Utah in complete command. Their lead at 28 points going into the break, and it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We come back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at the Jazz, we've got Allen. Rudy Gobert is out there with Jay Crowder, and it's Neto in at the point. The pass to Pondexter. Here's Medu. Dishes it to Pondexter. Here's White. No good with the triple. Crowder feeling it out a bit. Pass to Gobert. Kicks it to Allen. No good on the 3. The Spurs shooting a low 30% right now. An ugly offensive performance. White. He doesn't hit that one. Excellent D there from Allen. They are now showing NBA games in virtual reality. You and I have actually seen some examples of that. They can recreate almost any angle. Have you gotten a headset?
I haven't gotten a headset, Kevin, but I have watched it. You and I have talked about it several times.
Many times.
It's an amazing experience, and it will only get better. But I really think about if I was a kid growing up in Germany or Italy, and I had an opportunity to pull on a pair of goggles and to watch the game's greatest players from a seat at half court or the cameras that they set up underneath the goal at either end. What a fantastic way to be enveloped by the NBA game.
It's a cool view.
It's a very cool view, and it's only going to get better.
Yeah. And Joe Allen will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's Niang. Allen kicks to Gobert. It's Crowder on the wing. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Spurs going the other way now. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. Passes it to Cunningham. And here's Mills from the arc. Utah with the rebound.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
Here's Neto. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Yep, that one goes. And that's now 8 points for Rudy Gobert.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Medu. He kicks to Pondexter. The pass to Mills. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. The one thing when you watch Patty Mills play, Brent, he is great at anticipating what is about to happen.
Well, it's obviously most noticeable when he's off the ball. A good sense of when to slip a screen or change pace a little bit to get some space. Very natural sense of spacing the floor and being set up for the three-point shot.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
The first one falls. Players are talking about the new sports science. Better sleep, recovery after lifting, playing, traveling, whatever it is. They say it's making a difference. What do you think?
I think it only makes a difference if the guys put it into practice, Kevin. Like as much information as they can hand out in a team meeting and sort of give you directives about how it is you should rest and when it is you can get your sleep. Players won't see those benefits unless they're as disciplined as they are with trying to get better in the offseason as they are with making sure that they get proper rest to be at their athletic best for competition.
Now here's Allen. Here's O'Neal. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. And a look now at the San Antonio Spurs' upcoming schedule. On Tuesday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns. And then on Thursday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. White with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. He had a nice open look right there. Mills has got 5 points in the quarter.
For all the strides he's made in other parts of his game, Mills remains at his heart a dead-eye three-point shooter.
O'Neal dishes to Allen. And that's going to be a travel. You look around the NBA, amazing players, global interest, franchise values are going through the roof. Do you feel like the league is entering a golden age if it's not already in a golden age?
I think it is, Kevin, at least offensively. What we've seen over the last 5 years with the adoption of most of the teams of the three-point shot, it's been some of the greatest offensive basketball the league has ever seen. And this idea that the evolution of the game stopped when it is at number 23 retired is kind of silly. I love where the game is at. I love where it's going. And I'm excited to be here tonight to watch this action with you.
Which number 23? We've got two pretty prominent number 23s in the history of this game.
I was thinking the
most
one
recent
I played
23?
against. Yeah,
oh,
that
that
guy.
23.
Yeah,
that guy. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
And so it's San Antonio with it, following the bucket by the Jazz.
That's his first personal foul.
Inside. White. Good.
That's some good interior passing, and that's how you move it on the inside.
Jazz have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Neto, the pass to Niang. Here's Allen. Forbes with the rebound.
The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
And sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Here is Cunningham. Kicks it to Forbes. Misses off the right iron.
Yeah, and something we always talk about, though, shot selection.
Well, being aggressive is one thing, but aggression with control is another, and you need both elements working together.
And this is what happens when you fail to block out.
And defensive rebounding just as important as causing the miss in the first place.
Well, Rudy Gobert has taken on more of a leadership role with this team. Clearly a difference maker on the court with his defense, and will get the team to fall in line. Hard to argue with one of the elite rim protectors in our league.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw drops for Gobert. And with Gobert, he does so much as a defender with his impact, Greg, in the paint.
Yeah, and Gobert does so much in terms of cleaning up his teammates' mistakes while they're defending out there on the perimeter. It allows his teammates to be more aggressive on D, knowing he's going to be that last line of defense. And Gobert won't let them get too comfortable, as he is one of the more vocal players in terms of shaping their D.
Here's Neto following the bucket by the Spurs. Now O'Neal. Five to shoot. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. Gobert. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. Gobert's got 7 now in this quarter.
And every offensive board is an extra possession. If you're trying to compete from this far down, you cannot allow that.
Yeah, second chance points are demoralizing, especially after you worked hard to get the stop in the first place.
Pondexter from outside. And again, it's the Spurs from deep.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Jazz have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Neto finds Gobert. Nice ball movement by Utah. Now, here is O'Neal, guarded closely. And that's going to be a travel.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem.
Udo's checked in for Utah. Burks comes in for Allen.
Alec Burks.
Here's White. Pass to Cunningham. Well, we know that Dr. James Naismith came up with the idea when he was teaching at the YMCA. But as far as skill development, Brent, some feel that maybe in the skill category that the USA has fallen behind a little bit. Do you agree?
I think what the United States is doing on that level between your late grade school years and AAU programs in particular and your high school years, that they're trying to address this issue and get ahead of it a little bit. For years, there was a 10-year or 15-year gap about European players being schooled and being in institutions where they were basically young professionals from the age of 12 to 14 having school and basketball and being at a facility for just those things specifically. The last few years, there's been a lot of concern with players being more adept and more skilled here in the States. The change is coming.
And San Antonio has possession following the bucket by the Jazz. White with it. 5 on the clock. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Neto surveying the floor. Count that one.
Not an easy finish right there, but a beautiful move to give himself just enough space to get in close and knock it down.
San Antonio's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And here is Pondexter. He dishes it to Cunningham. Burks with the steal. Here's Neto. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Yeah, good job with the anticipation, and then the quick hands results in points off the break.
Sometimes you calculate the risks, and he did it there, but couldn't have turned out any better.
Now here's White. And Forbes kicks to Pondexter. Outside, White. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Medu. Gobert with the defensive effort.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Here's Neto. Passes to Gobert. Can he keep it going? The shot that time, not on target. And San Antonio shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Pondexter kicks to White. The feed to Cunningham. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
That's just superb work from Dante Cunningham, pounding his way down in the paint and getting the easy look.
Well, there's a lot of talk, too, Brent, about the age requirement for entering the draft, and Commissioner Silver has said it's a clear change that's probably on the way. What do you think the league should do?
Can you and I talk about a guy that you know quite well who in 1995 came out as the
17-year-old, I know
in
it.
the NBA draft? Kevin Garnett came into the league and handled himself extremely well. Now, for every one of those stories, we know there were other ones where guys did not make much of their NBA careers.
But then here comes the G League.
The G League, to me, is the huge key.
That's the equalizer.
A lot
isn't
of these guys have a ripcord now for some of those things that transpired over the course of the last 30 years, where they can have a softer landing point to continue to develop, to continue to mature, and have an opportunity to make something of their NBA career.
Excellent explanation. Outside, White. Here's Forbes. Off target from three-point range.
2 minutes.
Here's Neto. White covering. Pass to O'Neal. He kicks it to Udo. That one misses. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Here's Pondexter, guarded by O'Neal. Now the pass to Medu. There's the dish to Cunningham. Utah with the rebound.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Utah.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
Hey, you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Dante Exum.
I really liked the ball movement all night long. He was excellent at setting the table for his guys. Table for 4.
Now, here is O'Neal. Crowder dishes to Burks. Pass to Neto. Lets it go from deep. That shot off. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Passes it to Forbes. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
Spurs. Patty Mills.
And so it's Utah here with the ball. Well, for the Jazz, they can just run out the clock. Here's Neto. And so it's Utah easily grabbing the win. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Dante Exum. Dante, still a young guy in this league. What do you want to focus on with your development?
I think it's just staying in the defensive end. Sometimes in the heat of the play, you kind of lose sight of it, and it's just about staying in there and just helping your teammates out. So,
a very young guy on a very good team. Thank you, Dante. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.